So we're going to go ahead and call the December 3rd, 2020 reorganization meeting of the Keystone Central School District Board of Directors to order. We're going to begin with the pledge to the flag and a moment of silence. Pledge allegiance to the flag
United States of the United States of America,
Republic, which stands
for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible,
for
with
all.
liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Just as a matter of transparency, the board has held 2 executive sessions since we last met publicly. The first of those was on November 24th, lasted from 6:06 to 8:01 p.m. for personnel and legal matters, and again today from 5:49 to 6:33 p.m. for the same reason. Mrs. Long, could you call the roll, please?
Mrs. Donahue? Mr. Elling?
Present.
Mr. Johnston?
Here.
Mr. Koch?
Present.
Ms. Lynch?
Here.
Mr. Miller?
Here.
Mr. Probert? Mrs. Smith?
Here.
Mr. Strauss?
Here,
I believe
7 members. Oh,
I believe Mr. Probert is on the line, but he didn't unmute.
oh, okay. Mr. Probert?
I'm here.
Okay. 8 members present.
Okay, thank you. The first item for business is we need to appoint a temporary president to conduct the elections for the offices of board president and vice president for the year commencing December 3rd, 2020 and ending at the board reorganization meeting in 2021. Is there a nominee for the position of temporary president?
I nominate.
Mr. Cope.
Okay, since I heard 2 nominations at the same time, were they both for Mr. Koch?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So is there a second for that nomination?
I'll second it.
All right.
Uh,
Oh, you choose who nominated, who seconded it.
It's going to be whichever Mrs. Long puts in the minutes. Okay. Is there any discussion on nominations? Or can we close nominations?
So moved.
Okay. Well, hearing no discussion, I will ask for a vote on resolution B1.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Probert?
Yes.
Mrs. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Strauss?
yes,
Mr. Elling?
Yes.
Mr. Johnston?
Yes.
Mr. Koch?
Proper for me to vote for myself. In any case, I vote yes.
Ms. Lynch?
I'm sorry. Yes.
8 votes for Mr. Koch.
There's no rule that says you can't vote for yourself. But Mr. Koch, if you want to take us away with section C, you are in the president's chair for right now.
Very fine. The floor is now open for nominations for president.
I nominate Tracy Smith for president.
Randy Strauss nominates Tracy Smith for president. Are there any other nominations? Called 3 times. Are there any further nominations for president? And for the 3rd time, are there any nominations for president? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion to close nominations for president. Is there a
I
motion?
make a motion. I make a motion to close nominations for president.
Moved by Mr. Strauss to close nominations for president. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Seconded. All those in favor say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Nominations for president is closed. Tracy Smith has been elected president of the board. Congratulations. The floor is now open for vice president. Are there any nominations for vice president?
I'll nominate Randy Strauss.
Mrs. Lynch nominates Randy Strauss for vice president. Are there any further nominations for vice president? Number two, are there any further nominations for vice president? Number three, are there any further nominations for vice president? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion to close the nominations for vice president.
I'll make that motion.
Mr. Allen moves to close nominations for vice president. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mrs. Lynch. All those in favor of closing nominations, please say aye.
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 Anyone opposed, say no. Okay, nominations are completed. And I'll turn the meeting back over to you, Mr. Miller.
Well, technically, you wouldn't turn it back over to me at this point because you need to ask for motions and seconds for resolutions C1 and C2.
Oh, to confirm, okay. As you can see on the agenda, resolution C1 to confirm that Mrs. Smith has been elected president and Mr. Strauss has been elected vice president. Is there a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Miller. Is there a second?
Second.
Second, does this require a separate vote? I guess it does.
Yes.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Those, anyone opposed? So be it. Then we go to C2. Resolve the Board of Directors appoints Keystone Central School District as for a career technical session that Mrs. Smith serve as elected president and Mr. Strauss as vice president. Is there a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Miller. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded. All those in favor say aye.
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 Okay. Motion carries. So our new president of the board will be Mrs. Tracy Smith, and Mr. Strauss will assume the office of vice president. I now turn it over.
Okay,
Would you like me to continue sharing my screen, Mrs. Smith?
yes, please. Thank you. You're gonna have to teach me how to do that. All right, so we need to appoint somebody for the PSBA liaison for the district for this year. Do we have any nominations or anybody who's willing? Anybody?
Weren't you the one that was always appointed as that, Tracy?
Yes, I am. And I can continue doing that if nobody else wants to.
Mrs. Smith, if you want to trade positions with me and you take president and I'll take PSBA liaison, I'd be more than willing to do that.
That sounds fair.
I nominate Bo Miller.
Go ahead.
I second.
Okay. Anyone else? All right. All in favor that Bo Miller be appointed the PSBA liaison for the district, say aye.
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 Anybody opposed? So, okay, motion carries. All right, then we need an employee relations contact through PSBA for the district. Again, anybody?
I would nominate Mr. Mark Kondo.
I will second that.
All right, anyone else? All right. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? All right, motion carried. Mark Honda will be the PSBA Employee Relations Contact. Resolution D3, we need to appoint somebody for the NSBA representative for the year. Is anybody willing to do that?
You up for that, Bo?
Sure.
I nominate Bo Miller.
I'll
Have
second it.
Thank you. All in favor of Bo?
Yeah.
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carried. Resolution D4, we need an IU rep for the Board of Directors for the year. I think Jeff has been doing that, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct.
Are you still willing to do that, Jeff?
Yeah, I guess so.
Can we have a nomination for that, please?
I
So-
I nominate Jeff Johnson.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor of Jeff continuing as IU Board of Director representative, say aye.
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 Any opposed? So moved. Thank you, Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
And resolution E1 is the meetings schedule for next year. Anybody see any issues? As long as school's back in session, the board will be in the boardroom. Otherwise, we'll be on Zoom. Can I have a motion to accept this?
I move we adopt the schedule for the next year.
Thank you,
I
Mr.
second
Coe.
it.
Thanks, Roger. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yes.
Anybody opposed? All right. So call for motion for adjournment.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Mr. Allen.
I'll second it.
Okay, we are adjourned. And the voting meeting will begin at 7 o'clock on the same Zoom.
Like,
Okay, thank you.
Channel.